chance for Griezmann. Goal!
It's very hard not to get sucked in by the spectacle of FIFA. New player animations narrow the gap between game and reality even further. Ultimate Team's promise of the very best fantasy football has never been more alluring, and Alex Hunter's return in the Journey mode provides a narrative look not found in any other football game. But while its sumptuous presentation and authenticity is unparalleled, the on-pitch action never quite hits the same high notes. It often feels like realism is sidelined in favour of the extraordinary, and this is no more apparent than in close control of the ball. New dribbling and animation systems provide more options to get past defenders and work your way through a crowded midfield, but the world's best players now feel much too good and at times unstoppable.
Ronaldo, it's a good goal for them.
A lot of emphasis has been placed on creating a game of attacking fluidity, and as such you feel extremely powerful breezing past your opponent. But the downside is a feeling of being incredibly limited and vulnerable in defence. So much so, scorelines are extraordinarily high as attackers run riot and repeatedly stick the ball in the back of the net, even when you're playing as teams known for their defensive ability.
But he's shot off now. It's another goal.
Players skip over tackles and shrug off opponents with ease, giving them enough time and space to play any pass or shot they want. Initially, these masterclasses of skill are a pleasure to watch, but over time the effect is muted given how often moments of attacking magic occur. Passing too feels overly precise in how perfectly the ball finds the feet of your teammate. This limits the impact of players that thrive on intelligently positioning themselves to make interceptions, such as N'Golo Kante or Sergio Busquets. And it's tempting to not play defensive midfielders at all and load up on more attacking players. While this focus doesn't take all the fun out of FIFA 18, it has a negative impact on its authenticity as a recreation of the sport. And it's certainly at odds with the accuracy of its visuals, which once again are top of the line. On the other hand, the addition of quick substitutions is a welcome one, and while being able to swap out players during replays isn't a game changer, it really helps the flow of the game. Elsewhere, the journey continues where last season's story left off, with Alex Hunter moving ever closer to becoming a footballing superstar.
I'm feeling good, boss. Raring to go.
Improvements have been made to the balance between time spent on and off the pitch, but while it's a fun distraction from the core gameplay experience, it still feels like a missed opportunity. This is in part due to the dialogue choices, which at times don't seem to have any impact whatsoever, such as the scene in which Rio Ferdinand interviews Hunter.
Good luck on a new season.
As a result, you never feel genuinely in control of Hunter's story, relegated instead to being part of his audience. Therefore, the journey feels shallow and more of a diversion than a main event. On the other hand, Ultimate Team sees the meaningful addition of squad battles, a single-player mode where you compete against squads built by other players. The more games you win, the better the reward, and the higher up the leaderboard you climb. It's a nice addition for those who prefer to play against AI rather than against real players, but still want the variety offered by community-designed teams. New addition Icons adds an extra layer of fantasy to Foot's roots, but drafting in legends like Diego Maradona, Ronaldinho and more alongside the best players of today is little more than a novelty. Ultimate Team, while broadly unchanged, still provides the most exciting online play, albeit for those with a high skill level. Foot Draft is as fascinating as ever, although it can become an expensive hobby, and online seasons is the most welcoming, allowing players to find their level comfortably. The biggest tweak to career mode comes from the transfer market and contract negotiations. Transfer dealings are conducted in real time via dialogue options that take place between yourself and managers of other clubs. It's designed to add drama and lavishness to the overall vibe, and it works to good effect, creating a Hollywood-style sense of excitement to transfers in much the same way Sky Sports attempts to do on transfer deadline day. Bringing in a new face is now a process that feels more important, and that in turn makes you and your role also feel more important, which is a great thing given how much time you can sink into managing a team. Ultimately, FIFA 18 introduces enough new ideas to suggest it's not sitting on the laurels of its success. However, it's a simplified experience, one that fails to embrace the complexity of football at the highest level. Its focus on attack makes for spectacular matches, but they often feel like extravagant offensive training sessions rather than proper matches with depth and strategy. If you want to know more about FIFA 18, then you can watch a full match right now or check out what we thought of it running on the Switch.
Rodriguez, that goal has put them in the lead.
And is that going to change their attitude?